Hey guys, what's up? Storm4 here. So in this video, we are gonna talk about Raven's level 30 morphling. Starting with the itemization of morphling. What Raven does is that he buys 3 iron branches, circulate and a magic wand and a tank. So you can see morphling has a very low base damage. It is 42. He has a very low mana pool. So morphling base mana pool is 300 and his base HP is 626. You wanna have a lot of stats on your morphling. Benefit from the strength because so you can morph into agility and you can have more base damage because your base damage just sucks, which is 42, and you can have more strength by buying stats. So the reason to buy the magic wand is because when you're morphed into agility fully, so your maximum HP is 290. So when you use a magic wand with some charges, you heal more than normally you should. You can see he is not fully strength morph. He has actually 3 strength and this is 5 strength from this stat. So you can have a HP of 296. So you can have a base damage of 62. So in the lane, Raven tries to push the wave, trying to hit the creeps again and again. And then he can get his level 2 faster. So he can spam his adaptive strike. Because once you get the adaptive strike, this hero changes a lot. Because your range is very low, you can't really reach the enemy unless until it's a melee hero. But this is a double range lane right now. So Raven has to play very careful with his positioning of very position. And then you can see the Bat Rider is also zoning the Pugna and trying to take as much harassment for the morphling as much as possible. And Raven is also trying to aggro the creeps, so the creeps come to it, and then you can see how aggressive these people are going because the creeps are here and not here. So now the lane is here. So what Bat does is that he pulls the wave here by dewarding this cam and then pulling here. So with this the lane will eventually come here. So Morphling has a safer place to farm. So Morphling is still not level 2, but now it's getting to level 2. This spell costs 40 mana and it does 90 damage with a 600 cast range. Okay, and then you get also 3 bonus agility as well as 3 strength, because once you skill this you also get this. It's like a double benefit, so you get extra strength also. So you don't need to scale your waveform in the level 2, so you can scale this adaptive strike. So once you get the adaptive strike, you can last hit the range grip with this instead of getting your hero there, because sometimes it can be very uncomfortable for you to go to the last hit the grip. So you can use this skill to last hit the grip because it costs very little mana and for what it does. So you're doing 109 damage to the enemy with a 40 mana cost, which is very broken because it's gonna get nerfed soon. Then he buys a band of Elven skin. So Elven skin is very good for morphling because it gives you 6 agility, which means you're getting 6 base damage, you're getting 6 attack speed. So this item gives you 1 armor, which makes a huge difference in the laning state because you get a lot of harassment from the enemy team, and this item also works with the second skill, which means more damage. So you're doing more damage with the multiplier as you level up the adaptive strike. So getting the lotus for your morphling is the best. If you're playing against morphling, try to steal the lotus from the morphling because this is another way of region for morphling, and this is 125 health. You can see morphling HP is 296 and then 125 is like half of the HP of morphling. Getting rid of lotus from morphling is very good, so remember to collect the lotus. So Raven gets a free lotus here. This is very good for him in the lane because now he does not have to buy tango, so he can now proceed to buy spout threads. Then he uses the lotus and you can see the healing, and he's already full HP. So at level 3 you need to skill your adaptive strike because it increases damage that you deal. So basically you're doing a 140 damage nuke every 10 seconds, which costs only 50 mana, so you can harass your enemy a lot. So they are trying to play aggressive. What Bad Rider does is that he realizes Pugna is very aggressive, so he tries to go behind him, and now Pugna is out of position. So and then Raven gets a nice chaos on him with the adaptive strike because the adaptive strike does a lot of damage. Let's see how much damage it does. It does 118 damage. This number is 118, which means without a magic resistance, this skill does like 150 damage. So now because the lane is pushed into the enemy tower, Raven gets a free lotus here again. So in order to get the maximum efficiency, you need to go full agility and then you will get a half heal. But Raven is a very expert morphling player, so he casually uses it at like 20% of his strength. So you have 1 point in waveform and you have 1 point in attribute shift and you have 3 points into adaptive. So this thing gets very nasty now. This thing costs only 60 mana and it does like 225 damage. You can actually kick out your enemy in the lane. Now no hero can sustain in this lane. The only hero that can sustain in the lane is Morphling himself, but you can't have 2 Morphlings in the game. So Raven completes his power threads and he gets a Sage of Mask. So with this he can constantly spam because this thing costs only 60 mana and he has a 2.8 mana regen. So this means that he can effectively spam this skill in a minute like 5 times, potentially 6 times if he gets the chance, and still be like 200 mana because of this. Even if they buy raindrop, that means you're making them very poor, because raindrop value gets depreciated as you use it more and more, and then it goes up. It allows you to lane for some time, but then this hero can spam 6 times in a minute, so that means you're effectively destroying the enemy's 225 gold for nothing. This hero is very broken because of that. So now the lane is pushed into the enemy tower. So what Raven realizes is that his bat is not there in the lane, so he has to go pull himself. So as a carry player, you need to do this. So once you get the power thread, sage mask, and magic wand, you can proceed to buy your morbid mask. So morbid mask is the best item on morphling in the early game to sustain. This is like the offlane vanguard for morphling. So once you get a morbid mask, you are self-sustaining hero. You can always stay on the lowest agility, and then you can last it the creeps and not go to base at all. Once you get this, you can solo the lane pretty much, because you have an adaptive strike that does 300 damage when you're full agility, and then you have the sustain from this morbid mask. So you don't really need anybody, and then your support can roam freely in the game. And after getting the mask, you can proceed to buy a falcon blade. Falcon blade gives you damage, gives you the 200 HP which you want. So anytime you morph into full agility, you can drop the item and then take it back in your invent, so you will get the extra 200 HP and you will get healed. So at level 7, you max the adaptive strike. With this, you can one-shot the range creep easily, because it does more than 300 damage now, and it costs you only 70 mana. So you can see the HP bar of Fogna. It took like 1/3 of his health with one adaptive strike, which cost only 70 mana. So this is very genius of this Raven. He quickly realizes that Wind Ranger is not in lane, and then Pogna is trying to take up the XP. So Wind Ranger is rotating to the other lane. So what Raven does is that he pressures the tower. So this is the job of a carry. He even glimpses the wave and he's able to pressure the tower to less than half HP. So again, you can see his map awareness. He quickly realizes that everybody is in the mid lane. Storm is dead. So what he does is that he pushes the lane and eventually takes this tower. The offlane dire tower is very important because it protects your ancient, it protects your wisdom rune. Now it even protects 2 ancient camps and then 1 hard camp, which means the map is open in the bot lane, so the enemies can't really reach you and farm. So that means you're getting this whole map, you're getting this entire map free here, because the enemy doesn't have a tower to TP rotate easily. He's just farming the enemy ancient camp at 10 minutes because of how he's able to play, because of he took this tower. So now you're getting to farm this camp as a safe lane morphling instead of farming your own camp, which is very good. So with this, we come to the end of this video. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.